So this is going to be my fabric to make my apron. And I have this one long piece that fits me lengthwise, this piece for a ribbon, and 2 of these squares to make pockets. I'm just mapping this out in my head. I don't have a pattern, so this is basically gonna be done from scratch. So I'm gonna start off by sewing these inside out, leaving a little gap so I can flip them out. And I'm gonna sew a straight line across this ribbon, and then I'm gonna flip it inside out, which this may be a bit of a challenge since this is a long piece, but we will see. Okay, so once I've sewn on this, I'm going to flip it over. Make sure you cut the edges so that you don't have lumpy ends. So now you're just going to flip it over.
Going pretty well. I'm just sticking my finger in and grabbing fabric and pulling it the other side so you can kind of see it's getting there. But just continue doing that until you got it all the way.
I just took one big piece of this, folded in half, and cut around where my waist was. So there's that, and I'm going to sew this raw sides, well, right sides touching each other. I'm going to sew it all the way around, leaving a little space and flipping it. I've sewed all the way around it, and now I have this little hole which I will flip all this out. And now, if you have an iron this first because it's really going to help. I don't have one, so now I'm going to put that long ribbon right across where my waist is and just sew 2 straight lines, or maybe 1, not very sure yet. Or even sew right here, depending on how you want it. So I just did 1 stitch across right here for the waistline, stitched all this right here to make the pockets. Now I'm going to measure how much I want to sew down and sew down on the inside of this to make the neck area.